So now we have a new installment of the England Gambit, which is the worst defense in chess, or actually I found a worse one, as you may have found by following these videos. So today I had a hideous loss against a very strong player playing the England Gambit. They played everything perfectly up to a point in the book, and I got a hideously cramped position, and shockingly I was able to escape through a variety of tactical maneuvers and eventually lost because of time trouble, but it was cramped the entire time. It was a completely tortured position from beginning to end. So I can't really recommend playing this opening unless you're in a speed game. So someday I'll show you what it's like to play a long game with this, as it certainly is possible if you hold out. But basically it's a exercise in people trying to understand how to positionally torture you to death. So be prepared to make forced moves if you don't win quickly. Now, I've decided to publish this game. Basically, what we have here is a game that I played that has possibly the worst move I've ever played in chess. And we'll start making the moves. As you see, we have the Stockfish 8 analysis recommending something other than e5. This is a person who declined the England Gambit against me, and as I said, I play all strong players for the most part, and I don't publish things where I have to play weaker players or I tell you. So, these are the 2100 and up type players. And now you're going to see an amazing move from a strong player that is highly rated. And it's almost unbelievable because my response to it just blew right past. And here's the move. Now, can you guess what the correct move for black is after white declined the England Gambit? Because frankly, I've never seen this outside of a Fred Reinfeldt trap book in actual practice, and yet it got played here against me. And what's mattered, the computer went absolutely berserk when I didn't play knight to d3 mate, which would have been a mate on the 5th, 6th, 8th move, something. So I played d5, and it's because I have such faith in my opponent's rating. When we talk about rating intimidation and things, one does not think that a highly rated opponent is going to make such an idiotic move. It would have been something that they would have remembered forever, possibly, or maybe not. I mean, these are speed games. So this is a 5-0 game. And I allow him to escape, and shockingly, the reason why is because it took him forever to move e3. Then he probably was having a heart attack and saw what was going on. So the game continues, and I'm going to show you the rest of this game because it's a clinic in attacking out of this position even after I blew mate in one. And I know somebody's going to say, well, I completely lose respect for this guy because he missed a mate in one. And yes, I deserve to have my respect level go to hell. But these things happen, and they happen in speed chess in particular, and I thought that would be a good example for people to see that not only can a highly rated player make a horrible blunder, but a highly rated player can miss the refutation of it just as easily. So that's a really bad move there, g3. I'm not sure if it was really forced, but I would be inclined to run with my king, and there's a lot of weaknesses on the king side now, and white's going to experience all of them at once. So now we have what I consider to be a practically ideal position for attack. And of course this is getting rid of all future counterplay in terms of the diagonal that some of these pieces are going to be on. Now black is missing his white squared bishop, which makes this a little more complicated. Now he starts moving his a-pawn, which is completely fruitless. And this is an attempt to just tie down the white squares, this capture like this. And now I say, well, we have a crushing advantage as black. So that bishop on d6 stands tall. So he played f5, which loses. And what we're going to see now is an attack down the h-file. So I was happy with the result of this game, but I was horrified by the fact that I missed what I did during it, and saddened as well. But it teaches one a lesson. In these speed games, people get mated. So this person was almost out of time after facing, this attack and trying to figure out how to get out of it. And it's an unfortunate situation, an unfortunate game, and a person who's really highly rated that probably shouldn't have been.